It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Okay, we're pleased to be joined now in the Infield Media Center with our winner of today's Tums Quick Pack 500, winning for the, I believe, 6th time this year and the 5th time here at Martinsville Speedway. That's Jimmie Johnson. And Jimmy, certainly you enjoy running here. You're successful here, and with 4 to go, you're looking really strong. Your thoughts?
Excuse me. Sing on. Very proud of the effort we put up today. We executed. We had a car that could lead a lot of laps. One of the probably top 2 or 3 cars all day long, and you know, stops were on the money. The car was great. I did my part. Chad had a great strategy. So very proud of the execution today. That was really what we needed to do. I'm ready to go to Atlanta. I wish we were dropping the green flag at Atlanta right now. These guys are just on it. Great cars. I'm focused and want this so bad, and ready to get to it.
Thank you. We'll take questions now for Jimmy. Chad's on his way. We'll start on the front row. Go ahead.
Ed Hinton, ESPN.com. Jimmy, just to check, is it time to start asking you about Cale yet?
Oh, it's getting closer. I'm gonna have to answer those questions one of these days, aren't I? Today was a big step in the right direction. You know, it's still, as long as I can stay scared and on my heels and worried about losing this thing, the better this team's going to be. If we start getting comfortable and complacent, we're going to stub our toes and we're going to make mistakes. And yesterday in practice, I knew the 24 was the best car, and I was kind of content being second fastest. Felt good about things. Was worried about the 99, 31, 16. Thought, all right, yeah, we're better than those guys. We're good. And Chad was cracking the whip on me, and he's like, dude, it doesn't matter. Why are you worried about those guys? We need to go out and make sure that we're the best car on track. Let's not change what we've done. Let's stay focused on being the best car. And I looked at him and said, thanks. You know, I needed that. If I start worrying about protecting something, I'm going to make mistakes. And he is as well. Same with those pit stops. So we're trying to keep our eye on the prize and go out and get max points each week.
Next question. Who has it? Question. Back here in the back. Go ahead. We'll take this one. They'll go upstairs.
Jimmy, can you just talk a little bit? What is it about Martinsville? I mean, you just pretty much flat out dominate here. Jeff Gordon sat here a year ago and called you Mr. Martinsville.
I have no clue. It's amazing how I've gone from my first year running here and disliking the track and being totally lost on it to getting the rhythm of it and doing well here. I typically run better at quirky tracks, tracks that need some type of technique. If it's a rough track, an abrasive track, odd-shaped, you know, whatever it may be, those tracks really fall into my style, and I think it's due to my off-road racing background. You know, the tracks where there's a ton of grip and it's easy to go fast, I don't seem to. I'm just kind of average there, and I guess it's probably easier for everyone. And everybody's brave and has confidence and isn't scared of much, so they stand on the gas to go fast. But when you get to tricky little tracks like this, I think I do a much better job. I feel good about short tracks, and that's leaving Bristol off the schedule. But other than that, I feel like I do a great job on short tracks.
All right, we're going to shift gears here for a second, no pun intended, but we've got Chad Knaus, crew chief, in here. We'll take some questions for Chad and then let him get out to post-race technical inspection. First, Chad, if you could just give some opening comments about performance out there. Certainly the 48 team is very, very good right now.
Yeah, first off, I just want to say thank you to everybody at Martinsville Speedway for the incredible job they did on pit road and the renovations that they did here. The pit road here used to be very, very treacherous.
Chad, could you is that mic on? Make sure the up on the front there.
Hell, I don't know.
There you go.
It was on.
Okay.
Sorry. So like I said, thanks to everybody at Martinsville for redoing the track. The pit road needed some assistance, and they did a very good job with that. And you know, all the competitors appreciate that. So, but as far as the 48 team, you know, the Lowe's and Impala SS, it was good. we went through practice and we had some opportunities to try some different things, and they didn't show a lot of fruit for us, so we kind of went back and worked with some of our old stuff and kind of tuned on it a little bit. We used what we raced here in the spring as a baseline and made some minor adjustments to it, and the car was good. It was real good. We were real happy with it. Jimmie did a fantastic job all day today. We were definitely in position a couple of times where he could have gotten frustrated and lost his cool, and same with the pit crew. The pit crew guys did a great job on the pit road. We had one situation where our jack man slipped in the brake dust from the right front wheel and fell. He was able to recover from that, come back in, not make any more mistakes, and we still left pit road first. So, it was just a total team effort. These guys really did a good job, and fortunately enough, we didn't really get into a position today, which would be typical Martinsville, to where you get your cautions every 40 laps. We had some long green flag runs that kind of kept the pit cycles, everybody on the same pit cycle, and that definitely worked out for us.
All right, we're going to take questions for Chad right now so we can let him get back out to post-race. If you have a question for Chad Knaus, raise your hand. We'll take those right now, and then we'll get back to Jimmie. Go ahead.
Yeah, Chad, I believe it was on your last pit stop. The car is dominating and leading and everything, and you radio to Jimmie and say we're going to make some changes I think you're going to like. I mean, does that say that you guys are just never satisfied with just being good? And secondly, can you also address how you guys are as front runners, as front runners now compared to catch-up guys like you have in the last few years?
Yeah, I'm never satisfied.
He'll lie to me on the pit box. Say, oh, we're 10th off and we'll be a 10th ahead. The only way I find out is from my wife and Mr. Hendrick. Mr. Hendrick busts his butt all the time on that.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, I got a frog in my throat, but
The truth hurts, huh?
It stings a little. I mean, geez. But no, we have to be that way, and I think that it's real easy in this industry to get complacent. People that stay in one job for a long period of time, if you win races, you get comfortable in where you're at. It's easy to get complacent. The one thing that we strive on at Hendrick Motorsports is to make sure that we staff up with personnel that are competitors. And if you're a true competitor, you're never satisfied, and you always want more. You can call it greed, you can call it whatever you want, but it's the competitive nature that we've got at Hendrick Motorsports that makes us do what we do. If we'd have left the car alone, which it was good at that point, and the 88 and the 99 had made adjustments to their car and they'd gotten better than us and we'd have lost the race because we didn't make adjustments, that would have been shame on us. So we have to continually do that, and if we don't, championships and race wins won't come. And as far as being a front runner, we're happy to be in the position we're in, but like I said, there's no room for complacency. We've got to continue to push and go for more wins.
All right, other questions for Chad. The gentleman in the back had one with a hat on right there, and then we'll come up here to Claire.
You talked about making changes throughout the race. How much does a track change from the beginning of the race through when the shade starts coming over, especially in turns 1 and 2?
It changes an awful lot, and I think if you even watch the way the racetrack develops throughout a run, if you go about 60 laps on a green flag run, you'll actually see the racetrack starts to lay down rubber, and you'll see big chunks of rubber. And then the handling characteristics of the car at that point are going to be different than what they are when you just come back to green flag racing, because as you're running around under caution, it picks all the rubber up off the racetrack. So it changes a lot, not only from midday to evening, but even from 60 laps to 120 laps into a specific run.
We'll go to Claire. Go ahead.
Claire B. Lang, XM Satellite Radio. Jimmie told a story when we came in about you kind of gut checking him, reality check after practice, and maybe you could share that story from your side of it. He was talking about you kind of making him rethink things, and also your crew and team are so used to been around together for so long. That's good, but also then when you're talking about complacency, that can be more difficult to manage.
Yeah, again, it's the competitive nature that we've got, and I think it's the deeper that fire burns inside of you, the more success you're apt to have. And yesterday in practice, I felt like that we were probably the second best car here compared to the 24, and it's real easy to look at the practice sheet, look at the lap times and the lap count, see where you fall, figure out who it is you're racing, and say, okay, we're good enough to beat them. But what'll happen is if you sit back and you do that, you're going to put yourself in a vulnerable situation, and you've got to continue to push. If you've got the fastest car, or you got a top 5 car, and those guys have problems, then you can kind of start to determine your own destiny. If we'd have been in a situation where the 88 was pressuring us right there, being ahead of those other guys, then we could have backed off. If we were just struggling to be in the top 5, we would not have been able to do that. So we've got to continually push, and hopefully that'll push us on through.
Go upstairs for a question for Chad. Go ahead.